Hello, welcome to the Disagreement Podcast. My name is Daniel.
And I'm Kelleen.
So we're going to see how many things men can do better than women. I just have a feeling that it's going to be like 100% of all things. But let's hear what Kelleen have to say about this one. How do you feel? Do you feel like men have an upper hand, or do you think that women have that edge over men?
Women always, we always have the upper hand, right?
all right. So right now, this is like a fun topic. It's a group discussion topic. Students are expected to discuss the topics given below. Discussion will be between two students in front of a class. So guys, you are the class, right?
Okay.
And these are the questions that we have here. So the first party would be, party one, party two. The first question is this, or the first statement: women are less intelligent than men.
Hell no. Hell no.
Explain.
Listen to me. We're all human beings, just that one is male, one is female. I don't see any superior than the other. So I can't see myself as less intelligent than a next person. However, a person like you can be more versed in one topic or a particular career or something, depending on, and then the other person might not be. But at the end of the day, no.
All right. So you're saying no.
No, because if you find...
The flip side is this: men are less intelligent than women.
Oh yeah. I'm kidding, no.
Alright. Why? Why are men not less intelligent?
Again, as I said, like some people just going to be more versed in a particular topic, a particular area, a particular career, depending on what they are exposed to and what they study and stuff like that.
Alright. The thing is, it's a good question. And I don't know if it's a difficult question or if it's a loaded question, but I am more inclined to say that I want to say that women could be more intelligent than men. It could be that women are more intelligent than men. Reason being, they can get men to do everything for them.
Okay.
Right?
I'll take
they can get men to do everything for them. But everything that men do for a woman, men are capable of doing it. You understand what I mean? So the only thing is that it's like men have the brain, but women find a way to get them to use it for them.
Okay.
Right? But I think that if you put men in a society by themselves and put women in a society by themselves,
each will stand on their own.
Men would strive. Men would thrive better than women. Women are more like survivalists. They would survive in situation. They would have to just stay safe and survive, while men will strive. So, and again, I don't know if intelligence is the same as intellect, where intellect, you're using past knowledge. You're using information that you have that is stored to propel you forward. Intelligence is just being witty, learning and figuring things out without information. You know what I mean? So that's why
that's why I mentioned the exposure part. I'm saying, like, if a person is not exposed to a particular thing, then he or she will not be able to function, or relate to it that much.
So this is where the disagreement come in to this one. Intelligence doesn't mean that you have to be exposed. Intelligent mean that it's kind of innate. It's like a guy became an engineer while not having a formal education. Is more capable, or for example, let's use auto mechanic. A guy became an auto mechanic.
But how? Weren't he exposed to that?
But he didn't have formal.
But it doesn't need to have. I'm not saying
No.
it has to be
I'm
formal.
saying you may not even be exposed. You might be exposed.
You have to be exposed
You're exposed at the time when you need to do it. Right. For example, you see somebody building a house, and a person just show up and they offer an idea that the other guy who have history of building that house, who have experience, just couldn't come up with that idea, and somebody else just out of nowhere came up and present that idea to them just by watching and seeing that there's a better way.
Yeah,
so what
but-
I'm saying is, one person may not even had the opportunity to learn and to develop any kind of experience in that field, but just being intelligent, they would look at it and say, you know what, you are doing this, and I've seen that you have been doing this several times, doing it the same way, or you did it 2-3 different ways, but there's a fifth way or a sixth way, and that's the fifth way and the sixth way, and the other guy would be like, wow, this is genius. So that's why I'm saying
you have a point, but
intelligence is innate.
Right. However, that does not stick to say that's a man thing or that's a woman thing. It's not a male or a female thing. So that's going back to the original question. I'm saying I don't really see where one gender is actually more intelligent than the other. I don't really see it that way.
All right, so I guess this is a solid disagreement. We total disagree on this.
So who do you think is more? You say the woman is,
I said
woman is more.
one could think that woman is more intelligent.
Yeah,
than
but
men.
one could think. But who do
ultimately-
you think is?
Ultimately, men more intelligent. The issue is that men have that soft spot for women, where they will allow women to get away with things. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right, you can ask the second question.
Internet is important and necessary for education.
Internet important and necessary for education? Historically, no.
Right.
At the moment, yes.
Okay.
At
And
the-
then it depends on your society, because if I am in Asia, deep rural, right? The internet does not bring any value to my life if I'm from a particular tribe there or stuff, especially the ones that keep their tradition. I'm not talking about like over here, the West or the modern world or stuff. So it all depends. But over here, in the West, the modern world, of course, the internet would be important, but I don't see it important in those type of,
alright.
traditional
so,
setting.
So internet is important because there are most things is being phased out. Again, as I said, in a modern society, most
Yes, in a
things are
modern
being
society,
phased
it is
out.
important.
You'll find that even hardcover books are being phased out, and the storage space on devices, on physical devices, computers,
But that's our
servers.
modern society.
Yeah, you'll
But
find
I'm saying,
that.
what if the society is not modern? That's why I started out with that. So for me, it's not a yes or a no, because I look at the culture and the society part.
Okay, so the flip side to that question is, internet is not so important for education.
No, because it depends on where and who you are and what what you need it for. It depends.
I would say that internet is important for education due to the research that is required, due to the lack of resources at libraries and the physical libraries that exist. It is important for education. Now, if we talk about deep rural countries of the world, Africa, Asia, South America, Caribbean, the deep rural parts of these countries, I would say that they are not necessarily education based. They don't have that affinity.
They're not formal in
It's
terms
not that they're not formal. They don't have that focus.
They're more of a survival type.
They don't have the focus on education the same way that a country.
Yeah, because their lifestyle doesn't need it. The lifestyle don't need the internet, because the internet cannot provide food, cannot provide basic shelter and all that for them, and that's all they need.
But if they were education focused, internet would have to be a big part.
Of course, based on the modern world, yes.
So ultimately, internet is important for education. It's only if you are not interested in education,
in
then
the modern world,
you don't need internet. All right, let's go on to the third question here. This is literally a man versus woman quiz right here. Right? It's a group discussion for two parties, party one, party two. Now, the second question, men gossip more than women. What do you say to that?
yes.
Explain.
Hey, seriously, but I just joke. But even though them have it a woman gossip a lot, have you ever noticed when men get together and start to talk about topics, anything at all? Whether it's going to be past girlfriend, them woman, them problem at their yard, whatever it is, them chat can't stop, don't it?
So, is that gossip though? You're just reminiscing. You're talking about.
Also, when we talk about it, it's gossip.
So listen, alright, without giving a formal explanation of what gossiping is, right? I would, off the top of my head, say women gossip more than men, just because a man oftentimes would put themselves in a position where they think about the other man. They would say, you know what, a man's life is too hard. To judge a man is too much problems, because a man going to work, having to come back home to a woman, to talk to her, to even live with her, is a problem within itself, right? You have children, you have to be focused on them. You have the work, you have to be dealing with your boss, your employer, all kind of bills that you have to be working around. A man finally gets some relief and him buck up on one of them good friends and decide that we're gonna talk about something that have nothing to do with nothing. Then you'll say that no, these guys are gossiping, especially if there was a fun time in your life where you guys have that similar. It's like at the crossroads. It's that intersection. This guy and this guy.
So listen to me.
Hold on. This guy and this guy have the similar experience. They talk about that.
But women do that too. Women do that too when they meet.
Yes, but some of the time women will be talking about things that have nothing to do with them. That have nothing to do with even they would see somebody, and just because that girl that they saw changed 2-3 different pair of shoes in the same day, they'll be like, look at her, she thinks she's special. A guy would see a woman changing her shoes and think she is special.
And talk about why she is special. Is it that gossiping the same thing?
That's admiration.
Come on, please.
You need to understand what admiration is. That's absolute admiration. Like, you see a girl who takes care of herself, putting herself together and keeping herself together. It's total admiration. But for a woman, it's competition. How dare she decide that she is going to look good, better than me? No, it's not allowed, right? So on the flip side to that, women gossip more than men.
So that's what you're saying?
No, the question originally was, the original question was men gossip more than women.
And then you're supposed to, and then you are telling me that
no.
The other way.
I asked you said yes, men gossip more than women.
And I'm sticking to that, yes.
I can't say that. Because to be completely honest, I can literally be among 10 women. And even when they're talking about stuff and get me involved, I do not add and I do not subtract from that conversation. They would be telling me like, what do you think? It's like, with the biggest grin. That's my yes, that's my no, that's my nothing.
And then when they meet up with film friends, them, when
I meet up with my friends.
And then he tell them about, and then he's going to talk about that particular experience. Oh my God, he have everything to say.
Yeah, we're telling them as a bridging, so they might try to drive me on a fool argument. I tell them, we have to do some word gymnastics and jump out of that and run. Yeah, alright. Husbands and wives should have the same education level. What do you think about it?
It depends on a person's preference. For me, I don't really care, but it depends on each person's preference.
Alright, so
but at the same time, not everybody, and I think majority no, but it depends on a
to be completely honest, we're talking about you, right? We're talking about you right now. But the thing is, there are two questions. One of them, husband and wife should have the same level of education. You don't answer that one. You go.
No, I said I don't care. No.
Hold on. You skip past that and move on, because the other question is husband and wife do not need to have the same level of education. So the thing is it that, and you said the answer is you don't care?
No, I'm saying.
How do you answer the second? Okay. How do you answer the second question when the second question is husband and wives do not need to have the same education level?
But that's what I started out with. I'm saying.
Do you not care in that situation as well?
I'm saying it depends on the individual, right? If you as an individual.
No, but you're talking for individuals that is not you. I'm talking about
That's what I'm saying. Alright, so for me, I don't care. I don't care if the person is more educated.
So the answer is no then.
Right.
So you should. That's why I'm asking. The answer is no. So you said the husband and the wife don't need to have the same level of education.
For me, I don't really care for that. I care for other things, but for other people out there, of course, some may say.
But no.
Yeah.
What you are talking
But I didn't know it was me specifically.
Obviously, it says party 1, first party and second party, and you are only for 2 students, you know. The discussion is between 2 students, and then you, the viewers, you are the classroom who will be assessing the answers, right?
Well, for me, education, no. I have other things that I literally use to assess.
All right, for me, I would say that the husband and wife don't need to have the same level of education.
We actually agree.
All right, but there's a but. In this day and age where it's equality, right? The wife.
Remember, it's you,
the
it's not
husband.
general, because I couldn't say general.
For me.
For you, yes.
The wife and the husband need to meet halfway. So where the education is not working, there must be something to compensate for that lack of education, right? For where I am concerned.
So what if this woman is educated and all that, but the male is the one doing all the work?
Which means that the man is compensating with the work, right?
Okay.
He's compensating with the work. Now, if she have all this education and use it for absolutely nothing, then she should be willing to get a second wife. But she's not even she not complete. The man do all the work. She have education and now use it. Get a wife help her. Get a second wife help her. Use the education.
Listen, that's all up to the individual. But as for me, no.
What you want to tell me now? Say the man supposed to just sit down, do all the work, have one wife, but still not equal up to him thing. And
listen,
at the end of the day,
women are supposed to be treated well. We're supposed to be taken care of well. By who? Men.
But hold on, that was not a question, but this one is just like a bonus, because as I said, are you saying that men should be taken care of and treated well?
Alright, if I'm gonna go like personal by myself, then of course treat their partner well, respect, all of that. The same thing for the other part. Same thing I would expect from my partner, to treat me good, you know, all that. But I know it doesn't mean that because my partner has a PhD and I don't have a PhD, I'm gonna agree to get another woman.
Yeah, friends, I have to share. Don't worry, I have to share. So the next question: friendship is the most important relationship in life.
Yes, friendship with your partner. Yes.
Explain.
First, I think you gotta have like a friendship with your partner first in order to build that relationship, or in order to have a good relationship, right? That's me.
Alright, so no, friendship is not the most really important, but it is up there. Probably number 2, could be number 3. I think a parent-children relationship is probably the most important. The reason why: the parents is the people that the children continuously look to.
And what if they're absent?
It's a lack of relationship at that point. It's important, it's just non-existent at that point, right? But what I'm saying is the most important relationship is parent-children relationship, for the simple fact that the children continuously look to the parent. From your baby up until you reach that independent stage, the children continuously look at the parents and mimic the parents.
Well, I agree with that. I answered from an adult perspective. I think when you're an adult, the most important relationship is the one you have with your partner.
Alright. Still, if I'm answering this from an adult, it's mostly adults who become parents. Right?
Yeah, but I don't feel like...
Therefore, the relationship that you create with your children is the most important relationship. And it is the most important
So hold on. Are you saying then that the parent comes before the partner, so the children come before the partner?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's up there. It's up there, you know. But I'm saying the most important relationship is not even because you choose it to be the most important. You'll find that a parent who is very protective of their children and is looking out for their well-being, they will put the children or the child well-being ahead of their own. And if they're gonna put a child well-being ahead of their own, they're gonna put a child well-being ahead of their partner's well-being as well. And it's not because they chose to do it, it's just because it's instinct. I will say that the most important relationship is not friendship, it's a parent-children relationship. No, you said,
okay.
What if the parent...
as the channel says,
total disagreement.
Total disagreement.
Alright, you said if the parent, yes. What if the parent is non-existent? It's a non-existent
even if the parent
relationship.
is not non-existent. I'm saying as an adult, your most important relationship should be with your partner, not with your... I'm not saying you're not supposed to have a good relationship with your kids or your parent, you know, but as an adult, and if you're in a relationship, I think that's the most important relationship.
I want to say I am proud to say that this is a successful total disagreement. It's a successful total disagreement because I will go for days saying no. That it's not friendship. Friendship, however, is good. It's important to a person, to an individual. It is important, not the most important. So again, all questions have a flip side to it. While the first question was friendship is the most important relationship in life, the flip side is family is the most important relationship in life. What do you say to that? Explain.
Yeah, family is important.
Explain.
It's self-explanatory.
You had some explanation for the friendship.
Huh?
The friendship was self-explanatory to talk.
No, it's just that I happen to have like your partner should be your most important relationship. Isn't that the question?
Alright, so basically, my answer from the first one stands with the second. Family is obviously the most important relationship. Now, family is multi-layered. You will have extended family, you'll have very close-knit family, you have family who are your friends. But ultimately, family is the most important relationship, and since a parent and their children
actually agree
are family, then you realize that it automatically transfer from the first question to the second question. Family is the most important, not friendship. Friendship is very important, but family is even more important. The reason being, even if you have a friend that you respect and you care for, and you have to give up your last dollar to take care of your friendship, you will only give it up and if you know that your family is good.
But what is family, right? Family in that sense can be a partner. Family in that sense can be somebody who is not even your blood related. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
Alright, let's ask this question then, right? If you're in a position where your parent or your children need money, they need exactly $1,000 to take care of something equally important as what your friend need, who will you give that money to? Your friend need $1,000 and your family need $1,000 to take care of take care of their rent, just so that they don't lose their apartment. Who gets it?
Alright, for me, even though family come first, it depends, because if that friend is just like family to me, and that family who needs that $1,000, right, is family but not necessarily family, then of course it's going to the friend.
Alright, I get it. As I said, friendship family is multi-layered. You'll have family because you have relatives.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
not
really.
because you're blood or
Alright.
stuff mean to say that you're gonna be, family. So
I am wavering and totally disagreeing. I'm not totally disagreeing. I want to, but I can't. I can't totally disagree on that one. I am kind of wavering. I was hoping I could though. I was hoping I could. Alright, the next one. Doing a job that you like is more important than earning more money.
ooh, well, I have done jobs that I don't like, but I like the money, and once I can manage where it doesn't affect me, because some people, they don't like the job and it actually affect them mentally, right? They can't really they can't do the job, and even when they finish the job, like outside of the job, it's still a problem. If it is not a problem, if I can do it and that's it, then I'm good. However, it is safer to choose something that you like. That way you don't get wear out,
One thing,
So,
one question. Did you like playing hopscotch as a child?
yeah.
Obviously, she's jumping all over the place. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm
Listen
gonna
to
tell
me
you
now.
this much.
I will do a job that I'm okay with if it pays me good.
I will tell
Okay?
you
Consider
this
that,
much.
hold on, than doing that job that won't pay me as much. And then, no.
I will tell you this much. The question was doing a job that you like is more important than earning money. No, absolutely not.
In this day and age,
Doing a job that you like is more important. No,
oh,
I would prefer to earn the money
exactly.
in this kind of climate that we exist in. You see, if there was no money involved, it would be a different answer.
Exactly.
And if it's my job, something that I created, that is benefiting me, like I have a farm and I have to go out there and dig holes all day
Right.
without getting a lot of money for it,
I'm
it's
still gonna do
fine.
it.
But if I'm going to do something for somebody who could potentially be manipulative, who could potentially be unfair, I may want the money more than how I want to do the job, even if I like the job.
Plus, remember,
Only-
you don't have to be doing this forever. So it all depends on the context. It all depends on, the individual.
Yeah, it depends on who you're doing the job with. Not even with what for as well. Because let's say it's a person who need your help. If it's something that I can see that, alright, the money does not equate to what I'm doing, but it benefits the person where it impact their life positively, and I'm good with it. I'll take less money. But you're talking about getting up, going to a job every single day when they are doing statistics and they're just using statistics to determine your worth. You pay me? I have no interest in any job that's not gonna pay you with the kind of strategy that is being used right now. Alright. So the flip side to that, earning money is more important than doing a job that you like. No, it's two different questions. Even though they sound alike. Earning money is more important than doing a job that you like.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this Jim Squeegee hopscotch thing. My answer to this is yes.
Yes, yeah.
The reason why I said yes is because money is involved. This is not doing it out of the kindness of your heart. It's because there are two things involved. One is money and one is job. Right? If I was doing something that I like and not making the money from it, it's different than doing a job. A job is something that if you don't do it, you don't get paid. Therefore, I will not be doing it out of the kindness of my heart.
Because at the end of the day, when it comes to job, how many people like working?
So, I want to say that again, even though we are saying the same thing, we are totally disagreeing on this one. We totally disagree, even though we're saying the same thing. Teamwork is more useful and works well I'm gonna go ahead and say the flip side to this. Individual work is more useful and works well.
Depend on the individual. Because as for me, depending on the type of work, I think I work better by myself. Especially with something that is more one-on-one. I really don't need, no, I work better by myself.
Well, you saw the smile, you saw my eyes lit up, and I can completely say I totally disagree. And this is an absolute disagreement at this point. Teamwork will always transcend individual work. Just think about having 10 sticks trying to break all at once. You'll find you cannot do it. Alright, she said there's a caveat to it. For me, there's absolutely no caveat. There's no detour. Teamwork is always better than group.
So what about when you're supposed to have a teamwork, but you are the only one on the team? Huh? Everybody else is dead weight. What happens?
It cannot be. There's no I in team. There's no individual.
No. Don't get me wrong. I understand the concept and the niceness of teamwork, but I'm just saying it doesn't work all the time. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't work all the time.
I'm saying teamwork will always be better. That I knew it was going to be an absolute disagreement just from the start. Teamwork will always think about this. So we're gonna go back to the family thing. Think about a family where one parent decided to give up their responsibility to the other parent. So it's only one parent, right? This parent is excellent, have a very good job, know how to talk to the children, know to be with the children and all of that. But parent number 2 is absent. It's not just the fact that that parent number 1, and even in collaboration with friends and families, can support that child or children. The children or the child still will be longing and yearning for just the presence of parent number 2. Reason why I say teamwork will always be better, it doesn't matter what the circumstances might be, is because there will never be a time when one person can do as much as 10.
That is true. But I'm saying, depending on the situation, depending on the individual, what they are doing. Because the flip side to that same family thing is, what if these two parents is just as toxic as the sewage system? How is that benefiting the child? Right? How is it?
It's a disservice to the child, but there's benefit.
But there's no benefit. Oh, that child gonna become like lifelong trauma. They're gonna have.
It's one trauma for another. It's a disservice to the child, but the benefit.
And what about the party who's literally being abused or stuff like that?
No, when you're talking about your individual pleasure or sorrow, it's different.
No. It depends. I'm saying, going back to the question that you asked, while I agree somewhat with this niceness of teamwork, it just doesn't work all the time. That's all I'm saying. And it depends on the situation and the individual, what they're doing. But I'm not saying teamwork is like, no. I'm not saying that.
No, I get it. What I am saying, this is a total disagreement.
Okay.
There is no two ways about that. It's a total disagreement. Right? You think how you feel about these questions?
They're good.
You think a good question?
Yeah.
Living alone is advantageous. The flip side to that, living with family is more advantageous.
Hey! Again, are you asking me or just in general? Because personally,
because it's party 1 and party 2. This answer is yours.
Personally, it's a yes and a no. It depends.
But you can't give me 2 answers.
Alright. Say there's family involved where children are involved and all that. Of course, I'd rather live together. But say if have a partner and stuff, of course, live together. But what if I don't have a partner, right? And what if I don't get along with my family? Then living together is perfectly fine.
So yes, the answer is yes.
So again, it depends on the
Remember two
situation.
questions.
Me personally, I don't like to live alone.
Why
That's
you don't have no yes answer?
no, because I asked you, is it me? Is it in general?
you-
For me, it's the situation. I do not like to live alone. If I should say,
But
you know,
at
but
two
in
questions-
general, it depends.
You see what I mean? You don't have a, you notice you don't give a yes or no answer.
Because
care what.
not everything is black and white.
All right, that's you see. We don't. You see,
Total
under these-
disagreement.
Under these circumstances, it's total disagreement under these circumstances. Because look at it, and this is why. You see, when they said men are more intelligent than women, and why I said women can be seen as more intelligent, they ask 50 questions and don't answer one.
Okay.
Don't answer a single one, and the man will answer everything, and they agree and disagree at the same time with the answer. You see what I mean? It's a problem. It's a full-fledged problem. But you think about it. Alright, think about it this way now. Living alone is advantageous. Again, I am not doing the hopscotch and I'm the gymnastics. It is advantageous. It is advantageous.
What was I saying, Daniel?
It depends.
Exactly, depends on the situation.
I didn't say it depends. I said yes, it is advantageous living alone.
But I did not say it was not advantageous either.
That's what I just said.
Because
I said
I'm saying-
you said yes or no. That's why I said women can be seen as intelligent, right?
If the woman is single, disenfranchised and all of that and wants to live by herself, then that's perfectly fine. Or even a man. But
I
I'm
said-
saying, if the woman chooses not to and can find somebody, or
Alright.
not just even a woman, like
As
a
I
person.
said, it was my turn to answer, right?
Alright.
I said it was advantageous. The two questions are, the first question is, living alone is advantageous. Living with family is more advantageous. My answer is yes. To the two of them is yes. There's no in this one for me. It's yes. It is more advantageous to live with family than to live alone. But living alone is advantageous. There is no disadvantage in this question. There was no disadvantage listed in the question. If this thing had said living alone is leave you at a disadvantage, it would have been a different question. It's just saying living alone is advantageous. Living with family is more advantageous.
Alright, listen here.
Yes.
Let
it's
me
more
know. Let me know next time that it is a yes or a no question. For me, it's not everything is black and white. I'm sorry.
But as I said, you don't answer a single question, yes or no.
Because it all depends. It all depends on the context. It all
That's
depends on
why-
the situation.
That's why I'm saying that women can be seen as more intelligent. But men, and that's why I explained that if there's a society where men were put in one space and women were put in the other, men would thrive, women would survive. Because women would never make a decision. They would never make a decision.
I am going to make a decision for myself when the time comes based on the situation.
But not for a group. Women will never make a decision. Men will get to that point and say, you know what, we're going to do this. There will be a leader, there will be some sacrifices and all of that. That's why you'll hear my answers being yes or no. Just look back. You'll notice that my answer
Yeah, but you didn't even start out say, hey, this is supposed to be yes or no.
no, but there is no rule that says it have to be yes
And
or no.
exactly, so there is no rule there when I don't answer yes or no, because again, it depends on the situation that I'm in
Yeah, okay.
and
So-
whether it's pertaining to me or it's in general.
Drop a comment down below and let me know what do you think about these questions. Tell me, do you think women are really more intelligent than men, or is it that women just use men
Why
and
not?
choose to be around the most intelligent men?
Why not
So
make your
that-
life easier?
So
Whatever
that
suits you, whatever
may
the situation
seem
is.
at least comparable to that level of intelligence. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you
Ladies,
think.
if you can, do it.
They have been exposed in the nature of men. They have been exposed in the nature of men. No, camping holiday is more exciting. And the flip side to that, staying at a hotel is more exciting.
Is it a yes or a no?
There's no rules.
Okay.
I'm just saying that I don't jump around and
Depend on my mood. Yes. Because I do love camping and of course I want to be staying at a nice hotel. So it depends on my mood. Again, this thing is not like one answer fit all, yes, fits all, no, fits all. No.
no. This is a difficult question. This is a difficult question because it includes frivolous pleasures. Right? So this is more of a woman's alley. I think both of them, most women would say camping is not exciting because they'll have to at least do
But yes,
something.
I do like camping.
You like, alright, see it? She said depend on her mood.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like it's difficult to answer this question. Would you go camping alone or would you go camping with some of your female friends?
And I'm not gonna go camping alone, no.
Would you go camping with some of your female friends and just kick it?
Yeah.
Okay,
As long as I have somebody, I will go camping, but I can go to a hotel by myself.
there you go. So it's more exciting to go to the hotel or the camping. Yes, it depends. Alright, for me, as I said, it really, we totally disagree, but I'm still gonna say that it depends. It depends. Reason, camping, you know what? I would say it's more exciting to go to the hotel. There's a certain amount of thrill because I'm gonna gauge the amount of excitement in both. One of them means I have to do absolutely nothing, and whenever I get the opportunity to do absolutely nothing, I'll take it.
See?
Right?
As I said,
For-
depends on the mood.
Because if I go camping, yes, there are some adventure, there are more adventure involved. Maybe the adventure could lead to excitement, bliss, or even sorrow. With the hotel,
Same thing.
the bill, the bill might be a problem. The bill might be a problem.
The food might be a problem. The staff might be a problem. The hotel itself might be a problem.
No, not for men.
Come on.
Not for men. Not for men. Men just take it how it come.
You're right.
But when you go camping now, if you go with a group of men, then you'll find that everybody pull them weight. With women, you have to please them like children.
Well, personally, I would not go camping with all women.
And I would go camping with all men.
Well, I understand that part, but for me, when I think of camping, I think of like other things, you know, when I go be building out stuff, chopping out stuff, all those manual things. I rather the male doing it. I don't really want to be doing that.
No, you
part.
see- yeah, no, you
I'll
see why-
participate, but you know.
Now you see why it may not be as exciting.
No, it is exciting. It is
Yes,
exciting.
it's exciting for you because you're gonna see something built. You're gonna
Yeah, then I can
you're gonna
watch
see
it and I
empty-
can watch a male, you know, do it.
Alright, but think about the hotel.
But I know that I don't have any friends that are like that.
But
If I
think
had
about-
friends, I had female friends who are like that, who can chop out and bill out and clear the pathway if it needs to be and all that, then fine, but I don't.
You
So I
see.
need that male partner.
You see the point that I'm making? Women will use women if it benefit them. They will use women if it benefit them.
It's the world we live in.
Women survive. Take it from me. Women are survivors. Men are strivers. Take
I'm
it
just
from
saying,
me.
whatever makes it easier for
Because
you.
for the guy, you just
do
show up
that.
at the hotel, probably go to the pool. Yes, it's gonna cost some money. If you go to the camp, it's gonna cost you the money and the labor. Maybe a little bit of headache, especially if they don't like the water. You have to probably go back wherever you come from, go get water to carry back to the camp. Imagine that. Alright. We totally disagree on that one. Just for the record. Taking private classes versus taking group classes. Which one do you think offer more productivity? Private classes or group classes?
In what setting? Just
Whichever the
general?
class is, it could be anything.
I'm sorry, I might look like a pain in the ass type person, but group to an extent, but at the same time I still like some private class, because if it's gonna be some personal intimate things, then I'll rather some private class, man. But if it's gonna be about general learning, some cooking and all of that, then of course it's group. So then
Therefore, the answer is not gonna be. You see, that's where hey, we can be saying the same thing, The problem is that we will not be agreeing, only because she's saying both yes and no at the same time. That's a problem for me.
Well, don't give me general things. Give me a unique thing.
The thing is, even with general things, there's a yes or a no in it for me. There's a decision that will be made. There's a decision that has to be made. Taking group classes versus taking private classes. I think personally,
which you prefer?
I would prefer the group class.
Okay.
The reason why I prefer the group class is because I learn quick either way. Second of all, there are people who would already know things that I don't know, and I would have opportunities to learn from different people, multiple people, because even if I have to teach somebody something, I would still be learning or even sharpening my craft at that point. So I would say that for me, group class would provide more productivity and benefits. That's for me, and that's in general.
Yeah, overall though, I would lean more to the group class than the private, but I still would rather some things private.
See what I say about women? They're gonna say yes and no, and I see them sentence, and somehow them not leave no wiggle room to be wrong, because them did say yes, even if I did a little bit of yes in it. Jalib.
It's never our fault, okay?
Jalib.
Their fault.
High street shops or shopping malls? What's your preference? This?
I don't care.
Yeah, like the problem for me, she says she don't care. Again.
It doesn't matter to me.
For me, the reason why we seem like we agree on this one.
Because I don't care either.
No, it's not that I don't care, I do care.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I don't know which one cheaper yet. I don't know which one cheaper yet. Until we find out which one cheaper, then we can give the answer. That's the only thing. Okay. If the mall cheaper than the shop, and to be honest,
hopscotching. See, it chooses when.
No, the thing is, I don't have enough. It's a
hopscotch because it depends on the situation. In this case, if one is cheaper than the other, then you'll be able to answer yes, no. But in this case, you don't know which one is cheaper.
Let's say that they were not.
So that's why.
Let's say that none they were equally expensive, because that's still expensive. You're gonna lose money. You're not gaining money.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say they are equally expensive, right? Then I would ignore the mall, because I'll be after going into various shops in that space. So I would choose the high street shops because I could go into one and leave. The mall.
You can't go into one and leave two from the mall. Yes.
Well, you're right, especially for me alone. Just in and out, it don't make much difference. Oral examination or written examination? Which?
I'm a written.
You prefer the written?
Yeah. It's about to hopscotch.
Alright. When all is said and done, if I'm looking at this like an interview.
See? Hopscotch.
No, this is not.
Hopscotch.
I'm just scenariotizing it. I'm putting it in a way.
See? So it's okay for you to do it, but it's not okay for the female to do it. Or in this case, me to do it. Come on now. What's the difference?
No, it's
a yes or no question. That's what you told me.
It's not a yes or no, It's a oral or written.
La.
It's different.
Okay, so which one? It's either or either. But then you are looking for a situation and scenarios.
No. This is just me trying to find the preference, because I can see the benefits. I can see my weakness and strengths in both.
Exactly.
I'm trying to see which one. If ultimately I have to choose, let's say my life is on the line, I have to choose one or the other. Which one? If my life, let's say my life
I understand all of
was
that.
on the line and I had to choose oral or written, I would probably go with written.
I'll go with written
I would
because
go with written.
written, even though we are agreeing, I just have to put this out there where you see now, based on the situation is using, okay? So for me, I can't say yes and I can't say no to things
No,
because
I
have
did-
to look at the situation too. Or
I did say, I didn't even say it depends on the situation. Really.
But you don't have to use the
I
exact
said-
same words, but
I
you
said-
were upscotching.
Look, I look.
Let
for
me
you-
know in the
for
comment
you-
section down below if he was
For
upscotching
you,
or not.
your answer, you used both. You choose both. For me, it took some time for me to deduce the answer that I am more catch.
Upscotch.
It took a little time for me to answer, but I said
Upscotch.
it would ultimately be written.
Let me know if he upscotch in the comment section down below, guys.
I don't do any upscotching, don't gymnastics. I don't jump around any of the questions. It's all out there. So, living in a small city, living in a large city, or living in a small town?
Not too small town, but I'll go with the small town. But not too. Listen, I used to live in a small town and I did not like it. Yes. I don't mind city life, but where I'm at right now, I'll still rather not so city.
See what I mean? Like, there's no answer. There's no answer. Even if it takes a while, I give you an answer. She wants a small city.
No,
You
I do not want a small
but
city.
this
That's what
is
I'm
A
saying.
large city or a small town. You don't want the small town, and you don't want the large city.
Because for me, small town is just
So
too boring.
so what would it be? A big
So I
town?
want a mixture.
So you want
But at the same time, I can do without city life. Like, you know, big city life like New York and Miami and all that.
Yeah, it should be.
But at the same time, I don't want to live in a small town where if I go out, I
Let-
can't even go out. I can't find a decent bar. I can't even find a, like,
Let it be known, it should be legal for a woman to make decisions. It should be against the law.
says who?
Alright.
Says who?
So, living in a large city or a small town. It depends on the size of the city or the town.
No.
Hold on. So, my answer is clear.
Small
It's
town.
gonna be one thing. It's gonna be one. It's not gonna be maybe if or this or that.
Yeah, what
It
about the
will
push
be a
and the pull?
Small town.
And what about the push and the pull? Because you can live in a small town and there's no employment, there's no, you know, there's no facility there to facilitate you or your lifestyle. What are you going to do?
Still living at a small town.
Okay, that's you, not me.
Yo, you're still living at a small town. It's a small
Are you
town.
afraid of big cities?
I'm living in a big city right now.
No.
Well, this is not a big
This
city.
is not a big
but-
city.
but
You live
I
more,
have
this is more like a small city. You
a
see what
small
I'm talking?
city.
Of course.
And I would
See what
prefer,
I'm talking about?
and I still would prefer something smaller. So I know for sure it would be a small town.
Exactly what I'm saying. Depending on the situation. Again, yes, depending on the situation.
But the
I live in a small town. I did not like it.
But
I wasn't even like a small town. But there wasn't anywhere for you to go. There was no socialization. There's nothing.
But at the same time, I am clear.
But at the same
I
time,
am
he's
very clear.
okay with it.
I am very clear. I would prefer a small town
Right.
than a big city.
And I know that I would be
That's what I said.
miserable in our small town, especially a small one, and I'll be okay in, you know, I don't really care about the big city because I find them like a concrete jungle, but at the same
Alright,
time.
so this
No,
one
yeah.
is the final question. And as I said, we totally disagree, obviously. This is the last question here. I really think that this was a good exercise.
I liked it.
Giving money to beggars is stupid, or giving money to beggars is a noble thing. It's a good way to help them.
Yes and no. I'm gonna end the way I start. Yes No, I don't think it is stupid, because what if, say for instance, you know for sure that this person needs the money, or this person can show you why, and and stuff, and they are asking you for the money, then I don't see that as stupid. And then the last question, what was it, the flip side to that?
Giving money to beggars is a good way to help them.
In this case, it would be a good way to help that person, but a person who just beg because they don't know why they are begging, then I'm not going to give them any money. I can't see any good in that. So yes, I'm going to close. Yes, no.
Alright, obviously. What do you think? What do you think?
It's going to be disagreeing.
Oh, no, I don't disagree. I totally disagree. We are in total disagreement. Total disagreement.
See?
Giving money to beggars is stupid. Right? We do stupid things all the time. We do it all the time.
So you want to tell me that a woman come up and she really needs this money to buy some feeding for her baby, or whatever it is, buy something, some medicine or something. You're going to tell me that that beggar is stupid, that beggar is stupid? Or that situation is stupid?
It is equally stupid to give her the money as it would be equally stupid to give a man who come up to me and beg me some money. But I said we do stupid things all the time, because she could come with a baby saying that she don't have nothing to get a baby,
and it could be false.
And the baby belly full.
That is true.
So
that is why I said, what if you genuinely know that this person needs it?
Then you shouldn't allow them to beg you. You shouldn't make it reach there. So
you too kind-hearted.
Listen, I just said it is stupid. See, but we do stupid things all the time.
Trust me, in this case I just feel like if I find a little fine line there to disagree.
This is
total
remember before we start, I say, what do you think? I think it's a total disagreement that we have, but it is absolutely stupid. Giving money to a beggar is absolutely stupid. And you go as far as to say, what if you know the person need it? You have proof. You know the person need it and you have it. You reach them, you allow them to demoralize themselves when you could have helped them, right? Listen, as I said, I'm not saying
but
that.
But I'm not going to up and give this person the money and I don't know if they need it. Come on now. That's not demoralizing them.
You said the person, you said I know for sure that the person need it. If I know for sure that the person need it, even if I can't get them all right, I can meet them a little, like I said, some feel like...
No. It's say ask and you shall be given, right?
But giving money to beggars is stupid. I'm just answering the question.
You have a point,
Giving money to beggar is stupid. No, the flip side is giving money to beggar is a good way to help them. It's actually a bad way to help them.
It
is a way to help them, but not a good way. So the question is, giving money. The answer is giving money to beggars are stupid, but we are partially stupid, As I said, men hey, if it wasn't me, I would say men are totally stupid, because women find a way to finesse men. Ultimately, women would be considered more intelligent than men, but men do everything. So men obviously more intelligent, but women find a way to finesse you. So women, by default, women are more intelligent, right? But not because they know how to do anything. It's just because they know how to use men to do everything. But on top of that, a beggar, giving a beggar money is a way to keep them as a beggar. Now, if you offer them opportunities,
right, teach a man to fish,
to stop begging, and they accept that opportunity, use it properly, then you have done something useful for that person.
Teach a man to fish.
Ultimately, I do not believe that you would be you would be helping them in a good way, but you would be still helping them, right? And it may even resolve the problem or even alleviate the problem going forward, but they would still be beggars and they would have a short-term fix. You giving them the money, you would be a stupid person because they'll be coming back to you for money again. No, we'll do stupid things over and over. So it's not a smart way to help. It's a stupid thing to do. But we're still gonna do it because we do it.
Yeah.
No, that's what I think a total disagreement look like. I even disagree with myself. It is purely logical to say that women are more intelligent than men. It's like I'm hung up on that question, but I disagree with myself. You have anything you want to close with?
Well, thank you for watching this one, guys, and I hope to see you in the next video.
And give us an idea what you think would be a good video to make, or a good video idea. Yeah, give us a good video idea. See if we can make it happen. Total disagreement. You may see this somewhere else too. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.
Out.
Out.